unable to connect. Connection issues. And now the live is live. Hello. So is it? Yeah, so long ago, my friend. Is the video choppy by any chance? Because I had like 5 disconnection issues. And I have no idea what's going on. I assume it's working. Something is weird, but yeah. I mean, that's the good thing about these tests. Before I do it properly, I know that, I guess, it works. Anyway, have you seen liquid glass? And if you have, what do you think of it? I guess that's my topic for this quick stream. I guess my Windows Vista wallpaper is also very suitable. Making fun of Apple for liquid glass. It's a nice add-on, looks good. Yeah, I mean, it's more than an add-on. Yeah, except I think Windows 7 and especially Windows Vista did it much better with the transparency layer. I think that was just a lot better, a lot more readable as well, because what Apple did, it basically made it completely transparent and it's unreadable when there's text on top of it. And sure enough, they made it look better since it has come out of the beta, but it's really bad. I think I'm gonna bite. It's something new. It's clear and professional. Okay. Gabilog, bite. Okay. What do you mean? Do you want to bite the apple? Okay. Wonderful. Tell me what you think about liquid glass. What do you like it? Do you think it's better than the change was from iOS 7 back in the day? Okay, proper conversation right here. Well, I guess I know I can time out people. That's good to know. I guess I just made you the moderator. Hey Tyler, how are you? I'm very good, thank you. How about yourself? Does Apple allow you to change themes? No, it doesn't. You can change the accent color on Mac. Like you can change from blue, green, purple, yellow, orange, maybe a few more colors, but that's about it. It could be better, yeah. The transparency layer, what do you think of that? I find it unreadable. I don't think they did a good job regarding that. I think what they did in the past, which was to make it transparent but still have that opacity where everything was still readable and appeared on top of text instead of like beneath it or like underneath it. I think the previous versions were a lot better. This one, I mean, even like one of the chief designers who worked on Liquid Glass has left Apple since they did this, so I don't think it worked out in their favor. Perhaps eventually they'll add something similar. Yeah, I mean, they tweaked it a lot over the years, over the couple months. They made it significantly better, more readable. Do I work at Apple? No, I don't. No. I'm just, a freelance journalist, content creator. I mostly review tech like smartphones, gadgets, smart rings. That review is still coming. That kind of stuff. And this is just a quick test for the live stream. Yeah, I already did 2 videos. Those were quite alright. Hey, welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I figured I would just do a quick test, see how it works. I already had, I think, 3 connection issues, so there's something obviously I need to iron out for the next test and for the actual live stream that I will be doing. That will be proper, not just a quick one. Yeah. You wanna set up a bit at some point? Yeah. You're debating the Galaxy S24 better than the iPhone 16. I mean, that's a tricky question because it depends on, there's both phones are so similar in many ways. It's just, I guess the question is, do you want Android or do you want iPhone? Which one is better suited for you? If you have a lot of Apple devices, you have a MacBook, you have an iPad, you have an Apple Watch, AirPods, whatever else, if you're in the ecosystem, I think sticking to that ecosystem is probably a better option. But if you have a lot of Samsung devices or any other Android devices, that might be a better option. But it really comes down to what you prefer. There's no right or wrong here. And also the camera wise, do you like the iPhone more than the Galaxy? Yeah, it's so personal. You think iPhone? Yeah, I mean, iPhone has a lot of pros and cons going for it, just like Android has. I mean, Afriel, I made you a moderator, so you can now ban people if you want. You have the power. But yeah, hey Dash Pro 67, welcome to the stream. This is just a quick test to see how it looks, how it sounds. Can also control this. I guess I haven't really used it, but I didn't really have to. Yeah, I'm just testing out what the stream is actually like. And also asking the questions about what you think, liked and sub. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. What you think about liquid glass on iPhones. Sounds perfect. Thank you, Tyler. Perfect. Personally, would you switch to an iPhone? I mean, I'm actually streaming from an iPhone. I use an iPhone 15 Plus for creating all of my shorts. I also have an iPhone 12 that I'm using every once in a while for some of the videos, but that's mostly, well, that's not really being used anymore. It's my iPhone 15 Plus and my Galaxy Fold 6 that I'm using. So it's just mostly these 2 phones that I'm relying on, like, for the everyday stuff and creating content. As for like what phone am I using on an everyday, what phone has my SIM card in, that's the Galaxy Fold 6. I very much prefer Android. And then when it comes to the social kind of stuff, I think iPhone, iOS in general is just better optimized for it. Like, for example, this video was quite choppy on my Galaxy Fold 6. I have no idea why. I even asked an engineer at YouTube. They said, both operating systems are prioritized and should work the same way. Does it really? Because it's not choppy on the iPhone when I was previewing it and doing other stuff, but it was on my Android. And it's not like this is a cheap phone. It isn't. It's one of the latest ones. It's updated to the latest, so why can I not get the same kind of experience that I have on an iPhone? It's just how things work, unfortunately. But all right, Do you think it's something to do with the processor power? No, not really. I mean, even on a mid-ranger, you can now stream. Even on a cheaper phone, it's more than capable of streaming if you have a good internet connection. It's not really that. I think it's that optimizing for iPhones is significantly easier because, there's maybe, what, 30, 40 devices that Apple and the other developers have to optimize for. When it comes to Android, there's potentially thousands of devices you have to optimize for. So significantly more work that the developers have to do to make sure everything works perfectly. Personally, I'd say that anything iPhone related, any iPhone 16 or under would be my perfect buy, but they are still priced high, I guess. Uh, brand tax, yeah, I mean, the fruit is, a, yeah, quite a bit more expensive than Samsung, but it depends. I think when you buy one of these devices, whether it's Samsung or Pixel from Google, Apple, I think you're also buying a lot of support, especially now that these phones come with, 7 years of software updates, including software and security. So you're buying a phone that you will potentially use for many years to come, and that costs money. Now, companies realize that they can't ask you to pay for security updates every year because, if they ask you to pay $30, $50, no phone, well, I don't think a lot of phones would be updated that way. So that's one of the problems. So they just combining everything into the retail price. So sometimes you pay extra and then you kind of pay for it that way. But yeah, it's definitely a brand tax that, yeah, Apple can get away with it. So can often Samsung. Google tried. I think they're doing all right, but I don't think Google has the same kind of reputation that Samsung or Apple does. Definitely not. Not with the many issues that they had in the past. I heard Samsung is cancelling Exynos. No, Samsung isn't. Based on the latest rumors, the Galaxy S26 and S26 Plus will have their latest Exynos chipset, while the Galaxy S26 Ultra will have the new Snapdragon. So I don't believe they are cancelling it. They're just trying to save money wherever they can because of the RAM shortages and the significant price increases that are going on behind the scenes. And Samsung actually uses a lot of its Exynos chipsets for its mid-ranges and the cheaper devices, so I don't think it's going anywhere. I think they're very much still developing it and making sure that it can stand up on its own and also compete with Snapdragon, even though they're very closely working with Qualcomm. Maybe trying to save money to fund upgrades for some phones, honestly. Yeah, maybe trying to save money to fund upgrades. Yeah, yeah, that's an option. Do you think Snapdragon is better? It isn't usually available in many countries. Yeah, I mean, it's usually available in the US, potentially Canada. I actually don't know about that. UK potentially, and then Europe. Europe generally is a mixed bag, and then I think China also often gets the Snapdragon because it's a massive market, so they can get away with it. But if they're only focusing on the Ultra, which is also their best selling phone usually, um, yeah, I think it just makes sense. That's the most expensive and also the most powerful device in the bunch. I think Snapdragon is good. I also tried a lot of MediaTek phones. Those were really good. Um, you know, just because it's not Snapdragon, it doesn't exactly have the same level of performance. I think is still really good. Yep. Thank you, Tyler, for joining in. Hopefully see you in the next stream. I'm also going to say goodbye to everyone. Thank you for joining. This was just a quick test to see how the stream worked. Hopefully everything looked and sounded great. Thanks for visiting. Like and subscribe. Yeah, thank you. Take care, Tyler, and thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.